Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Network's presentation of Lady Cardinal basketball from Cardinal Gym on the campus of Trinity Valley Community College in Athens, Texas. And I will say a cold Athens, Texas today. The temperatures are in the low 30s and it's cloudy outside, and it's a good day to be indoors watching a basketball game. Have a late arriving crowd, but they'll be here soon as the Lady Cardinals, the nation's 7th ranked team, is going to take on the Blinn College, the Lady Buccaneers today. I'm Benny Rogers, the Assistant Public Information Officer at Trinity Valley Community College, and I'll be joined today by Jason Larson, the sports editor at the Athens Daily Review. In today's Region 14 conference games, as I mentioned, the Lady Cardinals will be taking on the Lady Buccaneers of Blinn. The Lady Cardinals are ranked 7th in the nation. They come into today's game, I should say, with a record of 19-4. They are 10-1 in conference play. Blinn is 10-11 on the year and 3-6 in conference play. And Jason, the Lady Cardinals are coming off a tough 4-game stretch in 8 days in which they played all the games on the road, and yet they came away with a 4-0 mark.
I think just any coach would think, you look at a 4-game stretch like that, a couple of long road trips too, obviously in there. One of the longest ones, Lufkin, and then of course down south to Houston. You might think, well, hey, let's split with there, and of course 4 games, they get 4 wins, and none bigger than the one probably down there in Lufkin, Benny, against Angelina.
Oh, no doubt, because we saw the game up here a couple of weeks ago in which it was 89-88. The Lady Cardinals won on 2 free throws with a half second left on the clock. So to go on the road and win by 11, that's huge.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people probably had their eye on that game. When I say a lot of people, I mean a lot of conference coaches and a lot of these teams kind of looking to see what kind of Trinity Valley team is out there, because the strange thing about it is, Trinity Valley is 15-1 in their last 16 games, but after that loss to Kilgore, I think it may have gotten some teams wondering, maybe there's a little bit of weakness there, and I think, all those teams probably have their answer now and wondered what kind of program Bill Dameth has. I think the answer is just like the other teams that have come before him, a real tough team, going to play tough on the road, going to play tough at home.
It's like Michael Landers, the former head coach here at Trinity Valley for the last 9 years, said, he and I used to always talk, you never wanted to let the other teams feel like there was blood in the water, that there was some slippage going on, because that got in their heads, because Trinity Valley has been in the heads of all the teams in the conference for, basically 2 decades now, and you just don't want to let that happen. But we should mention that the Lady Cardinals are in their first year under head coach Bill Dameth, but he's no stranger to Trinity Valley because has served 2 stints as assistant coaches, both to Kurt Butke and to Michael Landers. So Bill's in his first year as head coach. The Lady Buccaneers are in their 8th year under Coach Jeff Jenkins, who had been the head coach at Paris for 3 years prior to that. And Jeff is now the second most tenured coach in Blinn College Buccaneer history. The Lady Cardinals are setting the pace in the conference, as we mentioned, with a 10-1 conference record. As you can see, they've got a 2-game lead in the loss column over Kilgore, Jason, and 3 over both Angelina and Paris. But as you look down that list there, you can see how important each game is for the Lady Cardinals, and certainly to defend their home court.
Yeah, and we just got just a very few games left coming here, and that just kind of underscores how important that win was at Angelina, and really kind of puts a lot of interest in the next Kilgore matchup as well, because Kilgore has moved up there in the standings. So.
And it will be at Kilgore, and it is the last regular season game of the year on February 24th for the Lady Cards. But as you look at the standings, 8 teams are going to make the conference tournament. So right now that would leave Panola, San Jac, and Blinn. Blinn and Panola being tied right now, but one of those 2 of those 3 teams will be on the outside looking in. So you see how important the game is for Blinn today.
Absolutely, they would love nothing more than to get a little momentum by getting a win here at Cardinal Gym. And you're absolutely right. It's a tight game. I think you can look. A tight race. Obviously, Trinity Valley knows they're going to be in that conference tournament, but as we talk about so often, just within the course of a game, they want to try to finish strong and finish the schedule out strong and kind of solidify their position heading into that conference tournament.
And let's look at today's games, Jason, and the Angelina Kilgore is the huge game today.
Yes, absolutely. And that's just because we just showed the standings, our viewers kind of know exactly why that is. So it's just going to be a big game for both of those teams, and with Angelina going to Kilgore, we'll be obviously watching out to see how that one comes out as well.
That's an interesting game, because if Angelina were to win and beat Kilgore and the Lady Cardinals take care of business today, they would be 3 games clear of the field with just 6 games left on the schedule. So they would be in great shape there as far as getting the #1 seed and winning the conference championship for a 9th straight year. Tyler at Jacksonville, is a big game, because the last 2 years Jacksonville has swept Tyler. Now Tyler did win the first meeting this year, so it'll be interesting to see if Tyler can go on the road and follow that up at Jacksonville today. And Jacksonville, we should mention, is the Lady Cardinals' next opponent here next Wednesday night in a doubleheader that will webcast both the women's and the men's game. And that was a high-scoring game the last time the Lady Cardinals played Jacksonville. There was a 95-80 track meet. Lon Morris is at Panola today. All these games are just big just because as we looked at those conference standings, you can see as the teams are fighting to get into the regional tournament.
And I think you could look even, I believe Sanjak was there on the bottom. I mean, Sanjak has a great chance to move their way up here, and it's just because it's so tight, as you're saying. So, yeah.
And you look at the national rankings, the top 10, we've mentioned that the Lady Cardinals are sitting there in the 7th spot, and you look above them, Jason, Gulf Coast, they lost to, in overtime, I think it was, and they lost to Pensacola also in overtime. So the Lady Cardinals are in fast company there, but they certainly deserve to where they should be because of the schedule that they play.
You bet. And one of the things that kind of stands out to me is something we've talked about before is you see Trinity Valley up there with, the 4 losses, and that's, of course, coming into today. You don't see any other team with that many on there. Of course, Salt Lake Community College has 3, but that shows a lot of respect for the program that Trinity Valley's got. And I think you have to give a nod a little bit to the pollsters, too, who kind of can see the losses that Trinity Valley has had. 3 of those losses obviously came at the same Florida tournament. I think a couple of those were into overtime. Gulf Coast was, right there. And, that's quality opponents at Trinity Valley. They could very easily, if they decide not to go to a tournament like that against top competition, have 1 loss right now.
Exactly. And I know I was talking to Lady Cardinal coach Bill Damuth earlier this week, and he was telling me that he's been paying attention to Gulf Coast game-by-game results. And though the Lady Cardinals, I think, wound up losing like by 9 to that game, we're fixing to pop up, I think, the Lady Cardinals game-by-game results. But they have played Gulf Coast closer than anyone has this year, which speaks well for the Lady Cardinal program. So we'll go ahead and look at the Lady Cardinals game-by-game results and run down those, Jason. You can see there's a lot of W's on the board.
There is, as I mentioned, 15 of the last 16 wins. And again, as I got to looking at that, it was kind of funny because you looked at the Kilgore loss, and then 2 games later was the tight game against Angelina, and you kind of started having this feeling if you watched Trinity Valley basketball for any amount of time, you got a little bit of an uneasy feeling, and then you think, gosh, this is a team that's won 15 of its last 16 games. And with the only losses coming in a cluster was down there in Florida at that tournament. So this is a very good basketball team. And you're right, there's a lot of W's up there.
And the thing about it I like to look at there, as you see, as we talked about those last 4 games all on the road in an 8-game span, that's just unbelievable that a team could come through that. And look how many points they put up in road games, 81, 93, 78, and 80. And as you mentioned, well, they're all quality opponents, but certainly Tyler and Angelina have the biggest tradition of all of those.
And another thing that doesn't necessarily show up in the score is if you just look at the Tyler result and the Angelina result from this last 4-game road trip, they're going to get some character out of that because those were not, the Tyler game here was a blowout win, and that's one of those where you get people in and, of course, Coach Damon doesn't want them to let off the gas, but they had to go on the road and they got in a dogfight, turned around, went to Angelina, and as we know and as we talked about, that was a close game as well. So they had 2 very tough road games back-to-back at a rival like Tyler and then what's becoming a really good matchup between Angelina and managed to get wins in both of those. So I think that only helps your program.
No doubt it does. And we should mention today Blinn. Blinn comes in here today. We mentioned, 10-11 on the season. But last year, Blinn came in here and defeated the Lady Cardinals at Cardinal Gym back in January. So the Blinn has got a pretty good memory of this place the last time they were here. And certainly they know where they're standing down there near the 8th playoff spot and how big it is. And if they can knock off what would probably be the #1 seed, that factors into the tie-breaking procedure too, is who has beaten the better seed.
Yeah.
So that's something that you've got to consider too on part of the Blinn. As we mentioned, we'll be on the air again next Wednesday night with a doubleheader. We'll have the Lady Cardinal game against Jacksonville at 5:30, followed by the men's game at 7:30. And we should mention that Coach Pat Smith is men's squad is on the road today. They're taking a long road trip down to Port Arthur to play Lamar Port Arthur, and Lamar Port Arthur is having a very nice season, which is a surprise to many.
Yeah, I think it is, and they're kind of building their program up and just joining this conference here. And of course, in the preseason, not a lot of people thought real high of them, but I think they do now. Obviously, one of their big wins, obviously, was the Navarro win this season. I think that kind of got people's attention, and they've built on that. They haven't rested on that.
Well, this Lady Cardinal team, though, Jason, like I said, being 19-4, they're coming up trying to win their 20th game. And if they were to win their 20 games, I was looking some of these numbers up today. The Lady Cardinals have recorded 18 straight seasons of 20 or more wins, including 12 seasons of 30 or more wins. That's just incredible.
Yeah.
And we were talking about they're going for a 9th straight conference championship. They've won 16 of the last 18 conference championships, and they've won 21 conference championships, and this is just the 35th year of the women's program.
And you know what that does? That puts a big cardinal red target on your back.
Sure does.
And that's why when you talk about a Blinn, they've had some success here where not many teams have. And we're talking not lately. We're talking for a long time, longer than almost anybody can remember, longer than a Benny Rogers memory goes back almost. You just don't come here and get wins. So you know that Blinn is saying to themselves, guys, we've done this before. We're in the hunt. We've got, a little bit of momentum. Whether they do or not, they're going to try to play it that way and say, we can win here. Let's do it again today.
Well, here's a number you and I stumbled upon, I think, last week before last, after they lost to the Kilgore game. In the first decade of the 2000s, the Lady Cardinals only lost 4 home games.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good home court advantage.
Yeah,
I think you would have to say. So anyway, we're looking for a good game today. I know the Lady Cardinals are excited to be back home after 8 days on the road, basically. Obviously, they were in and out of here practicing before they went to those games. But nevertheless, get to play in front of the home folks. And we should mention that the Cardinal Regiment is already in place today. They'll add to the festivities as long as the Cardettes all decked out, and the Lady Cardinal softball team we see across the way. We should mention, folks, the Lady Cardinal softball team starts their season on the road Tuesday, and their first home game is Monday, February the 8th, when they're at home at 1-3, and I believe it's against Grayson County. Don't hold me to that, but it is at home on February the 8th is their home season openers. And of course, this is the second year of the program, but the first year that they're a sanctioned program by the NJCAA and it can play for regional championship honors.
And I know they're excited to go. They've got a great looking field. They've got some players that just, they've been out recruiting and done a good job. And I'm excited to see them hit the field. You know how I feel about baseball and softball, so it's going to be fun to see Trinity Valley field a team. And you kind of have that feeling that they're going to field a competitive team, and that's just kind of the Trinity Valley atmosphere here. So it'll be fun to see them actually get on the diamond and get going.
We'd like to welcome everyone that's watching along the way today on the Cardinal Sports Network at www.tvcc.edu. I know we have a lot of the players' parents and families and friends from across the nation and even up into Canada watching, and we appreciate you watching and supporting TVCC Athletics through this webcast. As we look ahead to the Blinn College, and we know Blinn has as well, where we welcome their families and friends that are watching along the way. But as I look at this Blinn College women's roster, they are led in scoring by Jaleesa Thomas, a 5'5" sophomore point guard out of Huntsville, Texas. She's averaging 11.6 points a game. Pratika Mock, a 5'8" sophomore guard out of Navasota, is averaging 11 points a game. And the top player for the Lady Bucks on the board is Rochelle Barnes, a 5'10" sophomore out of Houston, Texas. She's averaging 9.5 points a game, and she's the 4th leading rebounder in the conference. When you look at what's going on for the Lady Cardinals, Gloria Brown, a 6'2" sophomore forward post from Philadelphia, PA, is averaging 19.4 points a game, and she's the leading scorer in the conference at this point. And she's also averaging 11.6 rebounds a game, which makes her 2nd in the conference. So those are some of the leaders coming into today's game. But Jason, I think the thing about this Lady Cardinal team is it's more than just a Gloria Brown show. The Lady Cardinals really have talent across the board, from the guards all the way up to the other post players.
And that's got to be a little bit exasperating for the teams that play them, because there are so many players that really catch your eye. Tawana Lee, you can't forget about her. I mean, she's a great scorer. Brittany Dukes, Leisha Dunn. You just look up Marquisa McMillan, one of the most impressive big players in this conference. 6'1" player that is probably one of the better, if not the best, three-point shooters.
Oh, no doubt about that. She can knock down the three, folks. Yeah. And if you haven't seen her play, you're going to enjoy it today, because I'm telling you, if she hits that first or second shot that she puts up, she usually goes on a pretty good streak.
Yeah, and what's fun to watch her, she even has just a little bit of an unorthodox kind of a shooting motion. She'll bring it right down to the side of her head and then pop it up. But she's looking. She's probably looking to shoot that three more than she is to drive in there and get a layup, and she hits a lot more than she misses.
She does. And of course, Leisha Dunn out of Canada is really coming on at the post position, as is Marlianne Luziero. I mean, the Lady Cardinals are pretty deep at the post position, and between the four that they've got have really made them pretty solid, give them a lot of depth. And we've seen Tarjay Ashmead come in off the bench and give some quality minutes too.
Yeah, and I obviously that's just you get those minutes in and you start to get your court presence a little bit more, and you start to feel a little more comfortable. So that's just great, for the depth. You can have bodies, but they've got bodies that have had some significant game time this season, and that's going to help them when it gets to the conference tournament.
No doubt about it. Well, we're about a minute and a half from game time. We'll have the playing of the national anthem, and then we'll have the starting lineups introduced, and then we'll be underway. And again, we're glad to have you with us today. The Lady Cardinals, 7th ranked, 19-4 on the season. The Lady Buccaneers are 10-11 on the season, fighting to get into the regional tournament. They are currently 3-6 and tied for 8th place, and the top 8 teams make it. So it's a huge game, a huge road game for the Lady Bucks today. crowd starting to file in a little bit. We expect we'll have a good home crowd here today. As the weather is cold in Athens, Texas, with the temperature hovering around the freezing mark. Didn't get any ice or snow or sleet this time, so that was a good thing.
We're still waiting for our Valentine's snow. We always get that Valentine's Day snow right around us.
Yeah, we really do. If we get one, it's usually around Valentine's Day.
Does that say anything about love in the city of Athens, that it's cold and snowy on the day when your heart's supposed to be warm?
I'll leave that up to you.
I'm speechless.
As you hear the Cardinal Regiment and the Cardinal fight song. Should be about to have the national anthem.
If everyone will please rise for the national anthem.
National anthem performed by the Cardinal Regiment, doing a great job as always. Now we'll turn our attention, let the PA announcer introduce the starting lineups for both teams. Jaleesa Thomas, we mentioned, is averaging 11.6 a game scoring. Pratika Mock averaging 11.0 per game scoring. 5'10" sophomore out of College Station. 6'1" sophomore out of Irving, Texas.
Number 33, Rochelle Barnes.
A 5'10" sophomore out of Houston, Texas.
Jeff Jenkins.
We mentioned Jeff Jenkins is in his 8th year as Lady Buck head coach. Second longest tenure of any Lady Buck coach. Wayne Williams being the longest.
First, number 3, from New Haven, Connecticut. Sophomore, Michelle White.
Michelle White's having a very nice season for the Lady Cardinals. Of course, Tawana Lee, she's had a bunch of big shots, especially free throws for the Lady Cardinals down the stretch. Brittany Dukes is a guard, but Jason, how many times we see her grabbing rebounds?
She's a great rebounder.
Alicia Dunn really coming on strong for the Lady Cardinals, and I think she's going to be a big factor down the stretch. Keisha McMillan, I don't know if I'm supposed to get in trouble with this, but Coach Elena Lovato, the assistant coach, said to call her Buckethead.
Buckethead.
So I'm hoping that her family's okay with that, but that's probably going to be the only time that I mention it.
Sounds good to me.
I asked what the reason behind it was, and Coach Lovato said she knocks down those buckets, so I think it's a good thing. Anyway, we're ready to get underway here at Cardinal Gym on this cold day in Athens. Region 14 Conference Women's Basketball. We're headed down the stretch. The month of February is here. Season ends on March the 2nd. The Lady Cardinals are actually off that date, and the regional tournament is March 4th through the 8th at UT Tyler in Tyler, Texas. Of course, the Lady Cardinals have won 14 regional championships and been to 14 national tournaments, having won 5 national championships, more than any school in the nation. Alicia Dunn will be jumping for the Lady Cardinals. Jumping for the Lady Bucks will be number 32, Jasmine Smith. So we have a matchup of 32s. Check that, that's 33. Rochelle Barnes is jumping for the Lady Bucks, my bad. Lady Cardinals control. Tawana Lee running the point. Michelle White drives baseline, puts up a shot. No good. It's going to be controlled by the Lady Bucks. Sarah Daly with the rebound. Daly takes it herself, loses the ball, but it's controlled by the Lady Bucks. Rebound by McMillan. McMillan puts it up, misses. Tipped out of bounds by Alicia Dunn. It's going to be Blinn's ball, so the Lady Cardinals are 0 for 2 from the floor.
You'd have to imagine Benny is going to try to, Blinn's going to try to drive in, maybe similar to what we've seen here lately, and get some closer buckets.
Driving and miss that time by Mock. Lady Bucks still have the basketball. Another miss. I think they're 0 for 4 now shooting the ball. Neither team is starting off shooting the ball very efficiently. Ball still belongs to the Lady Bucks. I would think, too, that Blinn would try to slow the game down and keep the score down into the 50s or 60 range, because that's where teams have the most success against the Lady Cardinals. They don't want to get into a track meet for sure. Well, the Lady Cardinals just can't get a rebound, and Blinn's getting a lot of shots here early in the game.
That's certainly what happened with Kilgore earlier in the season. Kilgore was able to kind of keep it a low-scoring game, and that benefited them, obviously. They got the win.
At this pace, neither team's going to score. Thomas puts up the shot, no good, and McMillan rebounds, and the Lady Cardinals will finally get another possession with Lee in possession quickly off to White, underneath to Dunn. Dunn makes a move, puts it up, no good, gets a rebound, back up and good, and draws a foul. So Lady Cardinals had to work at it, and Dunn stayed with it, and she got the bucket and drew the foul, so she'll go to the line to try to complete a three-point play.
And Alicia Dunn, there's one of those players that has just really come on, not just started off the season. Yeah, you see it here on the replay, kind of takes it on the low block, and well, what we were going to show you is just, you know, put it up and went right back at it for a second attempt. So the Lady Cards are going to have to do that today, just try to be as strong as they can on the boards and get as many second chance and third chance shots as they can.
She misses the free throw, and the Bucks go on the attack. Shot up by Daly, no good. Brittany Dukes with the ball, puts up the shot, gets it. Nice shot by Brittany Dukes from the free throw line with a soft jumper.
Benny, she's one of those players that plays big, I guess, huh? She just doesn't seem to have any qualms about going right in there in the lane and shooting over those bigger girls.
First points for the Lady Bucks by Bertika Monk, 5'8" sophomore out of Navasota. We're at a 4-2 Lady Cardinal lead.
It's 1 for 7 now for Blinn to start the game. That's more of a testament, I guess, of their ability to run down those loose balls.
And yet they're only 2 points down, correct. Oh, nice give and go. Great job. McMillan dishes off to Tawana Lee, who's driving the baseline, and the Lady Cardinals make that one stand up. That's a great little play right there. Loose ball is controlled by Dunn. She dishes it off to Dukes. And the Lady Cardinals turned the ball over. That wasn't a good possession there, but they're out of sorts the entire time down the floor. Daly puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by McMillan. Back to the Lady Cardinals.
1 of 9 now for Blinn. Kind of starting off slow here, and that's going to be something that's going to hurt them if they can't get off.
White puts up the three, misses. Yeah, you can't go start on the road 1 and 9 and expect to live. You better get a hot streak going, and yet they're only 4 points down, so the Lady Cardinals haven't made it hurt. Nice shot that time by Jasmine Smith, a 6'1" sophomore out of Irving. Little stop and pop there and made it count. We're 6-4. So I know Coach Damon, you see him up in front of the bench, he's got to be a little bit concerned that they're not taking advantage of some of those missed opportunities. Down low to McMillan. She puts it up and in off the glass. Very nice job. And Miller's smiling as she goes down the floor. She likes that.
Is she still bucket head if she makes them down there?
I don't know. We'll take them. Oh, great block by McMillan. McMillan's having a good start to this game. Working hard on the defensive end. They left her free at beyond three-point, and she misses. That was Thomas with the miss. Thomas gets the loose ball, puts up the shot, and makes it. And Bill Damon is not too excited about that defensive series, and he's going to call a 30-second timeout for the Lady Cardinals.
One thing the Lady Cards have had a hard time doing just here in the early going, just in the first 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Blinn has had some looks at the bucket down low. I wouldn't necessarily say they were great looks, but they've been able to kind of work down in there. And then that last series, you know, of course, they just got another good look, got the bucket that time, and Damon had kind of seen enough. So obviously they're going to reset the defense here.
I think you'll see that for sure. And he just got to be, I'm sure he's pointing out the fact that Blinn's not starting off shooting the ball all that well, but they're getting a lot of second and third shot opportunities, and you just can't allow that. Certainly on your home floors, you see Jeff Jenkins talking to his squad. Jeff's one of the most respected coaches in the conference, and like I said, he's been in the conference now around 11 years, counting his time that he served as head women's coach at Paris before going to Blinn. Be the Lady Cardinals basketball after their 30-second timeout. No press by Blinn, of course. They know they can't get into a track meet with the Lady Cardinals, and they've got to feel pretty good about where they're at right now at 8-6, about 5 minutes into the game. About where they would want the pace of the game to be. Carlita Green new into the game. Dishes off to Luziero, and Luziero, nice shot off the glass. Very nice shot. Luziero's another one of those players that we've seen coming on as of late, too.
Absolutely, just one of those taller players that can do a lot right around the basket, and you know, you can just keep reloading with size down there.
Three-pointer attempt is no good by Dana Mars.
1 for 17 now for Blinn to start. Excuse me, 3 for 17.
Yeah. Green took some steps that time, turned the ball over. Was going to pass, I think, then decided to put up the shots. Carlita Green, a 5'7" freshman out of Washington, D.C. Ball belongs to the Lady Bucks, 10-6 with 10:52 and counting to go in first half.
We talked about that depth. Right now, after that timeout, you see Trinity Valley came out with 5 new players.
Three-pointer by Thomas, no good. Rebound controlled by Luziero. Shelley Thomas running the point for the Lady Cardinals. Now goes on the drive, puts it up, draws a foul. Going to be a blocking foul, yep. Thought it might go a charge, but it's not. It's going to, foul's going to be called on Marquis Hodges of the Lady Bucks.
See on the instant replay here, but he just kind of drove right in there and drew the contact. Blinn was wanting it to go the other way, maybe be a charge, but nice play there by White to kind of get in there, Thomas, and get to the free throw line.
Thomas hits the first free throw, which is going to be important with the pace of the game being such that it is, and the Lady Cardinals unable to really get their running game going, so they're going to need to make all these point opportunities count early on. As I say that, she misses, but Luziero gets a nice rebound, dishes off down low to Gloria Brown, and Gloria Brown hits her first shot of the game. So a nice job by Luziero getting the rebound and dishing it underneath, and knowing Gloria Brown was there, and she gets the bucket. And that time's a turnover, and that one's forced by Gloria Brown, who just got in the way of the passing lane and caused the pass to sail out of bounds. So a nice job that time by the Lady Cardinals on defense. Now they've got to make it count on the offensive end.
Brown, another one of those players that can work great around the hoop as we see her again.
Brown underneath, she's 2 for 2. Great inlet pass, and that's going to cause Jeff Jenkins to use a 30-second timeout. So the Lady Cardinals, just like that, as we've seen them do many times, are up 15-6.
You see on the instant replay here, Benny, as Lady Cards are coming down the court here, they're going to be looking for Brown, and Brown's one of those players that's going to play real big right around the hoop. She can pull it out a little bit and take shots, but she's really dangerous down low, and you can see right there Thomas looks in, great lob in, and then she's going to take it from there. A lot of skill around the basket. That's a real tight area to get the ball in the hoop, but she can really take care of it right there.
See Bill Damon talking to his squad. He feels a lot better. You've got to know he's feeling a lot better this time out than he did the previous time. That's when the defense needed to be reset, as you mentioned.
Absolutely.
15-6 Lady Cardinals, 14:03 left in the first half. The crowd starting to fill in across the way. If you like to see, good to see the Lady Cardinal softball team here in unison. See Coach Ashley Johnson over there with him and Coach Kay, the assistant coach. That's a cowardly saying. I will not pronounce her last name just yet, I think. So anyway, but she's here. Booker running the point now for the Lady Bucks. Oh, great steal that time by Gloria Brown. She gets it out to Thomas. Thomas goes up, puts it up, it's in, good. That's when the Lady Cardinals are their best, folks. It's when the defense creates the transition buckets. Boy, just a great job that time by the Lady. That's patent Lady Cardinal basketball right there.
7 of 8 right now in their last 8 shots, Trinity Valley is. So this is the track meet that Blinn doesn't want to get into, but they're unfortunately starting to get into.
Brown gets the rebound, gets it to Thomas. Now you're seeing the Lady Cardinals really work good together as a unit. Luziero and Gloria Brown are the post in the game right now. Thomas controlling the offense. Kalita Green thought about putting up the 3, turned it down. Thomas puts it up that time and drains the 3-pointer. Now we're 20-6.
They are absolutely on fire right now, Benny. It just seems like everything they're doing on offense is going right, down low or from the outside.
Shot is up, no good. Tried to control by Thomas, but it's tipped away by the Lady Bucks out of bounds, so it's going to be another possession for the Lady Cardinals. Jeff Jenkins is really going to his bench now, trying to find the right combinations. Renakwa Taylor, a 5'4" freshman out of Horton, Texas, checks into the game.
Of course, Trinity Valley's got White, McMillan, and Dukes coming back in. And how many teams in the country can take 5 girls off the floor and build a 10-point lead?
No, yeah, you just don't see that often. That's that depth that we talked about earlier in the contest. McMillan and Brown now are the post combination. The ball goes into McMillan. She kicks it back out to Thomas. Brown at the top of the key, puts up the jumper. Doesn't get it to fall, but there's Brittany Dukes with the rebound. She misses, though, but there's Dukes. Well, she somehow gets position and gets rebounds when maybe she shouldn't. 2-1 break, no good. Mock put up the layup, but shot was changed by Gloria Brown, who attempted to block it. Thomas controlling for the Lady Cardinals. Over in the corner to McMillan. She puts up a 3, no good. Nothing but Lady Bucks there for the rebound, so they will control.
And as we said again, Blinn's getting those looks a little bit closer to the basket, but 3 of 18 shooting right now. It's just not working for him.
Well, that's a nice job breaking the drought. Booker breaking the drought for the Lady Bucks. Posted up down low, little turnaround, hits it. White took steps when she took the pass, and it's going to be a turnover. The ball's going to go over. You're going to have Alicia Dunn checking back in for Gloria Brown for the Lady Cardinals. Got Tawana Lee also back in the game.
Joyce Thomas had a bucket there with 15:36 left that was 8-6, and then that was their last point until that last shot there by Booker, and that time Trinity Valley was able to build a big lead.
Shot is blocked by Alicia Dunn. Great job by Dunn that time on the defense, getting the block without getting a foul call. Yeah, Lee took steps too. That's another turnover, Lady Cardinal turnover. Means I think we have some more football recruits in today looking on at the game. We like seeing that because Monday is next Wednesday is signing day for the Cardinal football program as it is across the nation. So we look forward to Brad Smiley's recruiting class that he's putting together. Nice job by Booker. She's really come into the game and given a little life to the Lady Bucks offense. It's now 20-10 with 11 minutes to go in the first half. Lee uses a pick set by McMillan, puts up the shot, no good. There's Dunn for the rebound. She puts up the shot, no good. Finally, it's controlled by Tawana Lee. Oh, great dish off to Dunn. She misses the shot. There's a very nice dish off and had an opportunity to put that one in. She's going to get 2 free throws, though. 20-10, 10:46 left in the first half. Dunn's first free throw is good. Got to hit your free throws. Lady Cardinals have been a pretty good free throw shooting team this year, although there have been a couple of games when it let them down. And I think the other night down in Lufkin, I think they only shot around 58%, Bill Damon told me, and yet they still won by 11. So it just goes to show you that the game didn't necessarily have to be as close as it was.
That's right.
She hits both of them, though. Oh, coast to coast. Great job that time by Taylor for the Lady Bucks. And I know Bill Damon doesn't like to see those easy buckets like that because there was just no defense on that end that time by the Lady Cardinals. Tawana Lee on the drive, puts up the shot, no good. There's Dunn again with the rebound. Nice job, Alicia Dunn puts it up and in. And Alicia Dunn is really coming to life here today. Now we've got a little bit of a track meet going here, and this is not going to favor good for Blinn, but they do put up a three-pointer. Thomas doesn't misses. Dunn almost gets the rebound. She has position, is going to be fouled. So Alicia Dunn again in the middle of the play. Lady Cardinals basketball. That's only the fourth team foul against Blinn. The Lady Cardinals have yet to be called for a foul with 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
See here on the replay, Benny, Alicia Dunn just jumping, kind of gets hacked there right over the top of the head, and not a whole lot they could do. She just had great position.
Ball gets to Dunn down low. She sees, nice job of Dunn. She saw what she needed to do to get the ball. Oh, great steal by Brittany Dukes, and she makes the bucket. Brittany Dukes can come out of nowhere, folks, and make a steal and get a bucket, and you saw a prime example of it there. Well, you can just tell when the Lady Cardinals are in tune because they're up on their toes playing defense. Nice bucket that time by Jasmine Smith for the Lady Bucks. We're at 26-14, approaching the 9-minute mark of the first half. Well, every combination Bill Damon has put out there today has really worked well together. And that's what I know he's going to talk about after the game is just how well they were working together. Three-pointer, no good. Missed badly that time by Tawana Lee. Thomas drives, misses. It's going to be a foul that time by the Lady Cardinals. That's going to be their first foul as Booker put up a shot and drew a foul. Going to get 2 free throws, and then Millen will be called for the foul.
It's their first foul of the afternoon, Benny. The replay here, you just kind of see Blinn had 2 girls down there, and McMillan did all she could, kind of kept her hands up, just tried to contest the shot, and that's going to happen. First
free throw by Booker is good. Gloria Brown is back into the game with Michelle Thomas. Second one is missed, and Dunn gets the rebound. Thomas running the offense. White puts up the shot. No good. Lady Cardinals weren't in position for the rebound that time. They were definitely out of position, so they lost possession. Have a travel violation against the Lady Bucks. Blinn's 5th turnover of the first half. Gloria Brown and Alicia Dunn are the post combination here. It's been really interesting, Jason, to see the post combinations that Bill Damon has had on the floor together today.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you know, one of the things when you talk about everybody, all the combinations clicking, a lot of that's hinged on rebounding, and that's something that Trinity Valley is doing very well with right now.
They get the ball down low to Brown. Like you get the ball to Gloria Brown on the block like that, uncontested, and she's either going to get the points or she's going to draw the foul. And that time she did draw the foul. Wiltz on the foul, number 25. That's her first personal foul. Brown will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
One of the things that Gloria is so good at, as you see her make her first free throw there, Benny, is using her body to shield the defender. You know, she doesn't necessarily throw the ball out there where the defender can get right to her. She does a real good job with her body between the defender and the hoop.
She does have good body control on the floor like that. Makes the second free throw. A little pressure defense now by the Lady Cardinals, and just like that, Thomas gets a piece of it and knocks it out of bounds, and they're going to apply just a little bit of token pressure there to the Lady Bucks. Now they drop out of it, but you see like they're set up. The trap is on its way here. They're going to be trapping the ball. Now they're going to drop back. Thomas with the basketball, puts up the shot. No good. Ball is controlled by White. Gets it to Thomas. Three-pointer by Lee. She drains it. And Jeff Jenkins is up off the bench real quick, calling a 30-second timeout. It's just like that. He's seen his Lady Bucks get down 31-15 with 8:08 left in the first half.
And on that series right there, Benny, you know, you see the game, the quick-paced game, and I think what you just saw out of that shot from Lee as a result of that, Lee had a real good open look at the basket there, and you know, Blinn was just trying to get back on defense and trying to catch up. And you know, they've been doing so much running that it's hard to run down on one end and hustle and then get back on the other. And Lee just had a nice look at the basket, and she's going to sink that shot.
No question about it. And that's, the Lady Cardinals have had good movement with the ball, the basketball around their perimeter today, and they've had their inside-outside game working. And I've just been really excited about the post play today, as the combinations that Bill Damon is using. All of them have clicked. There's yet to be one out there that has struggled, it seems like.
And when they're dangerous down low like that, obviously, it's going to open up some shots for your shooters on the outside, too.
It is, no question. Pressure defense coming by the Lady Cardinals. Shot is missed and controlled by Gloria Brown. Wilkes put up the shot. Thomas puts up the three-pointer. No good. Boy, that would just stab the Lady Bucks right in the heart if they'd hit another three-pointer that quickly.
And she certainly had the opportunity, because once again, Blinn was having a hard time getting back, and she had a pretty good look.
She had a real good look. Was able to get her feet set under without any pressure. Lady Cardinals on the defensive end, trying to deny the easy looks. Gloria Brown with a block. Oh, there's no way that Smith is going to get that shot up over the top of Gloria Brown. Tawana Lee puts up the three from the top. No good. Rebound goes to the Lady Bucks. Mock controls. Quickly gets the ball down the floor. Kicks it out for a three-pointer. No good. LaShondra Johnson, a 5'11 freshman out of Dickinson, Texas, put up the three-pointer that missed. And Booker checks into the game. Booker's has been I think the most consistent performer for the Lady Bucks so far in the time she's been on the floor.
Yeah, we saw her out there at the top of the key a little bit, and she's obviously going to be real effective down low. She's done a good job of getting into good positions down there to get rebounds.
Got a 5-second call, held ball against the Lady Bucks. The ball will go over. Another turnover against the Lady Bucks. That's their 6th. That's a great job of defense when you don't let the other team get the inbounds pass. Tawana Lee, 5'7 freshman out of St. Rose, Louisiana. McMillan sets the pick. Oh, nice dish to Brown underneath. Misses. Great job of defense that time by the Lady Bucks. They get the ball down the floor. It's not the prettiest they're getting it down there, but a nice wraparound pass. Booker puts up the shot, no good. McMillan with the rebound, gets it out to Lee.
You can just tell with every Blinn offensive series there, they're just trying to run as fast as they can to get down there.
McMillan puts up a bomb that time, and it misses the mark. It rims in and out. She does enjoy shooting that three-pointer. Gets a block there. I think she thought she was going to get called for a foul, but she didn't. But a nice job that time by Wilkes of getting the bucket. 31-17, 6 minutes to go in the first half. Gloria Brown underneath, misses, gets her own rebound, puts a shot back up, gets it. There was a nice entry pass that time by Tawana Lee on the entry pass, as I said, but Brown misses but stays with it. There's Booker putting up a shot. She drains it. I like this. I like her, Jason. She's a nice-looking player. Bill Damon doesn't like it, though, because he calls a timeout.
She just, and that kind of illustrates her talent there. We've seen her down low being pretty effective, and there took a little jumper. So Trinity Valley's going to have to kind of figure out how to deal with her there. And one of the few things that Trinity Valley struggled with so far today is just kind of handling Booker.
This is a 30-second timeout, and I was watching because Jeff Jenkins is really not too excited about that one official there. They were exchanging looks and words there briefly, and the official turned and walked away, and Jenkins made a face at him. You can see Jenkins on the bench there sitting down, not talking to his team. He is not happy about something. He is staring down that official. That is drinking some water, and he is staring him down. He's not taking his eyes off it. He's still looking at him, and now the official's walking over. Going to see if, no, the official's going to acknowledge him, but Jenkins has really got his eye on him. Now the official is visiting with him. Now they're having a few words there in front of the bench. Official's explaining his position. We're back underway. A steal by Thomas for the Lady Bucks. There's Booker with the rebound. Doesn't get the bucket, but draws the foul by McMillan. She's going to shoot 2. Two free throws by Booker.
I think Jenkins was a little upset. He thought the first shot may have been a foul. They shouldn't have had to get the rebound to get a second foul, but he gets to the same place.
Knocks the first free throw down. Gloria Brown back into the game, as is Michelle White for the Lady Cardinals. 5:16 left in the first half. It's a 12-point game again.
It's 9 points for Booker today, Benny.
33-21, and Booker's got 9 points, Jason said, and that's all off the bench. Lady Bucks have reeled it back into within striking distance again, it being at 12. Foul is going to be called on Thomas. Lady Cardinals really need to have a good possession. They hadn't had a good possession the last 2 or 3 times down. Inbounds to White, puts up the shot, no good. Boy, just missed from point-blank range. There's Leisha Dunn underneath, she misses, and the foul's going to be called on White, who charges in for the rebound and be called for the foul. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on the Lady Cardinals. That's one thing about it, at least this hasn't turned into a free throw shooting game like a lot of games do. Slows down the game. It's been a fast-paced first half. I said that, and now we'll shoot free throws probably the last 4 minutes.
Well, Blinn's 1 away from the 1-and-1, so we're probably heading there pretty soon.
3-pointer from the top, no good. Boy, if she'd have knocked that down, suddenly we would have had a 9-point game. So that's what I'm talking about. The Lady Cardinals, for as hot as they were, they've cooled off now, and suddenly the Lady Bucks are within 12 points.
And a lot of that can be attributed to Booker, too. She's just done a good job for them on both ends of the floor, actually. Trinity Valley, as you said, have kind of gone cold on the offensive end. So it's time to kind of pick it up here for them.
It really is. Of course, the Lady Cardinals will be going to Brenham here in a few days. It's about a week or two for the rematch in Brenham. Turnover. Try to get the ball into Brown. It goes off for fingertips, and the Lady Bucks control, trying to get within 10. Booker with the basketball. Back to Thomas. Thomas on the drive, puts up the shot. No good, but it's going to draw the foul. The Lady Bucks are really on the attack right now. Foul is going to be on Leisha Dunn, number 32 for the Lady Cardinals.
And we had been saying that Blinn had been getting these kind of shots. You'll see the replay here as she's going to come around here, step around the pick and drive in there. Those weren't foul calls earlier in this half, but they are now, and that's what Blinn's able to do is get to that free throw line.
Thomas shot her first free throw during the replay and missed it, so she's shooting her second now. And misses the second. So no harm on that foul. Thomas drives, draws the foul, going to shoot 2. Thomas will shoot 2, 33-21, 4:09 left in the first half. Misses the first. Reminds you at halftime, we'll let you see the sights and listen to the sounds of the halftime, as we'll have the Cardettes performing, and I'm sure the Cardinal cheerleaders will also be performing along with the Cardinal Regiment. You'll enjoy that. Second free throw is good. Booker puts up the shot. Yes, she's a nice player. 6-foot sophomore out of Texas City, Texas. It's 34-23. Brown with the ball down low. Well, the Lady Cardinals really got a break there because Brown was trapped in between 2 Lady Buccaneer defenders, and there's going to be a foul called. Should be a 1-and-1 for Brown at the free throw line. Jenkins is not happy about that one either.
See here on the replay, Benny, right here, the ball, White gets the ball into Brown, and that's Booker on her on the defense. Of course, they called Mars there on the backside.
Brown misses the free throw. The rebound is controlled by the Lady Bucks. Shot is up and good. Nope, they're going to call it travel. Oh, that hurts for the Lady Bucks there. Mock misses hits the shot, but is called for a travel. So we're still 34-23. That would have gotten the Lady Bucks within 9 points of the Lady Cardinals. It's been a while since they've been that close. And Lady Cardinals have let the Lady Bucks back in the game, and that's not where you want to go into halftime. So I know they're going to want a strong finish here in this final 3:35 of the first half. But they haven't had very many good looks or possessions down here. The ball gets down to Gloria Brown, puts it up, and good. Nice turnaround jumper by Gloria Brown. Gets the Lady Cardinals points at 36-23 as a drive. Bucket no good, controlled by Brown on the rebound. White pushing the basketball, doesn't have numbers. Passes it up to Dunn. Three-pointer, good. Tawana Lee with the three-pointer, and just like that, the Lady Cardinals have extended their lead. Lee almost had a steal, but misses, and Taylor gets the loose ball, drives for a layup, hits it, and draws a foul. So just like that, the Lady Bucks have a chance to answer with their own three-point play.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, I mean, the game was getting close to single digits there. Trinity Valley takes off, and then Blinn gets right back at it. They're just playing a real fast-paced brand of basketball. Now you have to wonder how long they can keep that up. Halftime's going to help them out a little bit, but you know, as this game wears on, it's going to be a little bit tougher to play that style of ball.
Here's the free throw attempt to complete a three-point play. It's good. Rolls in, so we're now at 39-26 with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
5 points now for Taylor.
Ball down low to Brown. Puts it up, no foul. Controls it. Out to Brittany Dukes. Tawana Lee to Alicia Dunn underneath. Puts it up. No good. Brown works for the rebound, tips it out of bounds, and the ball's going to belong to the Lady Bucks.
I tell you what, there's a great battle going on down there right now between Booker and, Gloria Brown. They're just really battling for position down there, and, you know, Brown, of course, got the jumper over Booker the last time down the court, but Booker's doing a good job defensively on one of the conference's toughest scorers.
Blocked that time by Gloria Brown, controlled by Alicia Dunn, tips it to Tawana Lee. Tawana Lee on the attack. Going to have a blocking call against the Lady Bucks. Foul's going to be on Thomas, number 4. It's going to be 1-and-1 for the Lady Cardinals.
Suddenly Thomas finds herself in a little bit of foul trouble here with 3 fouls with 2:22 left before halftime.
And as we mentioned, she's averaging 11.6 points a game, their leading scorer coming into today's game. See Tawana Lee, 5'7", out of St. Rose, Louisiana. She hits the first free throw. The Lady Cardinals' 40th point, 40-26. See the foul total, 9 for Blinn. Lady Cardinals will be in the double bonus. Blinn is yet to shoot the bonus at the 1-and-1 yet. Hits both free throws, 15-point game. The Lady Bucks have picked up the pace.
Lee is in double figures now with 10 points.
Nice job that time by Mock, down low. Little fadeaway jumper, hits it. Very nice job. Alicia Dunn puts up the jumper, nails it. 17-foot jumper, Alicia Dunn showing great outside range and knocks it down.
What do you do when your tallest players can shoot that way?
You're very fortunate. Three-pointer, no good, controlled by Tawana Lee. Mars put up the three-pointer. Lee puts up the shot, drives, makes it. Well, the Lady Cardinals, when they get in the groove, they are just hard to handle. Mars with the miss. Brittany Dukes, there she is. Jason with the rebound. She's got numbers. She's got Gloria Brown underneath. She takes it herself, loses the ball out of bounds. There's going to be a foul called. I believe the foul is going to be called on Taylor, number 24. Yes, it is.
You can just see Dukes coming down the court here. Got the rebound, and now she's going to go run the court and draws the contact. Does a real good job of getting down there and a good shot selection.
Dukes' first free throw, no good. Lady Cardinals are in the double bonus the rest of the half. I'm sure one of the things that Jeff Jenkins, the Blinn coach, is upset about, his team has not even shot the 1-and-1 yet. So you never like that when you go on the road when it's double bonus time to no bonus time. Dukes' second free throw. That's in and out. That's no good. We're going to get one more. We got a lane violation by the Lady Bucks, so Dukes is going to get another shot at it. Got to knock these down. She makes that one, so she made one of 3. 46-28, 125 left in the first half.
Picked up her 5th point with that last free throw.
Mars worked free down low, escaped and got a bucket. Nice job by the Lady Bucks. Luziero and Dunn are the post combination in there. Dukes goes on the drive, puts up the shot, draws the foul. Bucket won't fall. She will shoot 2.
See on the replay here, Benny, Dukes just kind of takes that ball out there on the wing, sees that we've got Luziero and Dunn kind of fighting position. You see the hole open up right there. She's going to see it and going to go ahead and try it and take her own, and almost made that shot. Did a real good job.
Dukes hits her first free throw. Now they've got the score on the main scoreboard correct. It is 46-30. They just fallen just a little bit behind, but everything's in check now. Dukes' second free throw is good. We're under a minute, 50 seconds and counting to go in the first half. Lady Cardinals up by 18. Three-pointer, no good. Goes off the top of the backboard, but not called. And now we got a three-pointer by Mars, and that one's going to count. She drained that one. It's going to be 48-33, a 15-point game just like that because of the three-pointer. And Bill Damath doesn't like that because he thought the first three-pointer went off the top of the backboard and should have been Lady Cardinals basketball. Tawana Lee puts up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Brittany Dukes. She puts it up and in. She draws the foul. Well, Brittany Dukes, I'm telling you, I can't say enough good things about her and her ability, Jason, to get position on a rebound.
She's just excellent, you know, and another one of those players that you can't do that unless you have good body position and just a lot of skills under there, too. She does the right thing. She keeps her hands up high for that ball and just finds a way to get rebounds against a lot taller girls.
Does not complete the three-point play, misses the rebound, controlled by the Lady Bucks. They'll play for the final shot, 50-33, under 10 seconds left in the first half. Lady Cardinals got to raise the defensive level here, not let them get an open shot. Very nice job. Just what I said couldn't happen, they let happen. Mock hits it, and it's going to be 50-35 at halftime here at Cardinal Gym. The Lady Cardinals up 50-35. They led by as much as 20, I think, in the first half. And then Blinn whittled it down to, what was it?
I think 11.
11, it was 11. And now it's a 15-point game at halftime. Lady Cardinals, you would think that if they could get off to a good start here, they could probably take the Lady Bucks down early in this second half. But the longer they let the Lady Bucks hang around, the Lady Bucks' confidence is going to remain high. Maybe they can pull out something at the end.
Benny, you've watched a lot of Trinity Valley basketball. If you were an opponent right now, what's the best strategy for action here if you're Blinn? Do you come in and try to play that fast-paced game like you have been and risk getting worn down, or do you try to set something up? You don't want to make the game too short, but what do you think?
I think early on here you've got to play it at the pace that you prefer, which I think in Blinn's case is a slower pace. And then maybe as the game gets along, if you've not made up ground, then you could kind of roll the dice a little bit. But if you try to get into a trap with the Lady Cardinals, you'll usually wind up getting burned. It's going to be Blinn's ball to start the second half. And we're underway. Thomas with the ball for the Lady Bucks. Mott puts up a shot. It's no good, but rebound is by Smith, and she puts it up, and it's going to be a foul called. I think this is going to be McMillan. No, it's not either. It's going to be Alicia Dunn. Alicia Dunn with the foul, number 32. And that's going to send Smith to the free throw line to shoot 2 to start the second half here for the Lady Bucks. First one tried to roll in, but wouldn't. And the second falls. So it's 50-36.
It's 5 points now for Jasmine Smith.
50-36 with 19:40 left in the first half. McMillan misses the shot, is controlled by the Lady Bucks, and there again they have a chance to cut further into the Lady Cardinal lead. Thomas with the basketball. Drives and dishes off. A nice job of block by Alicia Dunn. Lady Bucks get another shot but miss it, and the Lady Cardinals are going to control the basketball. Underneath the Dunn, goes off her fingertips, and the ball will go over to the Lady Bucks. We do have a couple of halftime scores to pass along in the women's race today. Angelina was up on Kilgore 30-25, and at halftime it was Tyler and Jacksonville tied at 34. So those are two scores in the Region 14 Conference at halftime today. Mock puts up the shot, and just like that, it's 50-38. And we talked about these first 5 minutes being important, and the Lady Bucks at this point are making the most of them.
That's 8 points for Mock. And right now, Blinn, they don't seem to have that fast pace going on where they're rushing and trying to get the shots, but it's working.
Dunn misses, controlled by the Lady Bucks, and they've got a chance to get within 10 just like that.
Trinity Valley's had 3 possessions here early, 2 missed shots and a turnover, so.
Thomas puts up the three-pointer, and she drains it, and it's a 9-point game just like that. 50-41 with 18:24 to go. And Bill Damath looks out at the floor in disgust at his team, really. He just doesn't know. And here's five new players going to be coming in. You can see that right now. He doesn't like this group out on the floor right now and what they're doing. Lee forces up a shot and gets it in. It's a nice drive. She puts it up, and they're on the run. Mock on the run. Free throw, fouled by McMillan. The foul is going to be on McMillan, 34. Going to be 2 free throws by Mock, number 12. We're at 52-41. It's going to send Mock to the free throw line. Latika Mock, a 5'8" sophomore out of Navasota, Texas.
Blinn did a good job of just getting right back and pushing the ball, kind of beating Trinity Valley at their own game there, trying to beat them back on defense and just keep on pushing. You drive in there, you get a pretty good look at the basket, and you get free throws out of it.
Makes the first one. 10-point game again, chance to get within 9. You see 5 new players checking in for the Lady Cardinals. Bill Damath is going to go with a new group out there. Didn't like what he was getting out of that group at all, and he's letting them know about it on the bench right now. Second free throw attempt coming by Mock. Gets this one to fall, and we're back at a 9-point game. Michelle Thomas is going to be running the offense for the Lady Cardinals. Post combination is Luziero and Gloria Brown, number 20. Gets the ball to Gloria Brown down low. She tries to make a move, flips it over to Luziero, and she hits it. Great job of post play that time by Gloria Brown over to Marlianne Luziero.
You saw she drew 3 defenders on that, and that's what left Luziero so open.
Mock puts up a shot from the baseline. Mock has really become active in this game along the baseline, and she draws a foul that time. The Lady Cardinals.
Mock's going to go to the free throw line.
That's Shaquita Warren with the foul.
She's got 10 points already and going for 11 right here.
First free throw is good. Yes, Wrighton. I'm sorry. Shaquita Wrighton is number 12 for the Lady Cardinals, just into the game, and with the foul. Second free throw is good, and again we're at a 9-point game. Lady Bucks are going to hang around right there. That's just where they want to be. Green puts up the three-pointer. It is no good. Rebound, it's going to go off of Wrighton's hands. No, they're going to say it went off the Lady Bucks, and it's going to belong to the Lady Cardinals. I sure thought Wrighton had knocked the ball out of bounds.
We talked about Mock. She had 6 points in the first half. She's already got 6 more here in the second half for 12 points to lead Blinn.
Ball is inbounded to Gloria Brown below, and she turns it over. That was just not a good, just didn't look good from the start for the Lady Cardinals. So now then the Lady Bucks have a chance to cut further into the Lady Cardinal lead. There was 20 earlier in this game. Suddenly it's 9. Thomas with the drive. Doesn't get it. Rebound went to Smith. She put up a shot. No good. Lady Cardinals on the move. Thomas over to Green. Back over to Thomas. They're looking to get it inside to Brown. Now Brown has it in her hands. Puts up a shot from the baseline. No good. But she's going to be fouled. I believe that's going to be Barnes with the foul. No, it's not either. It actually is going to be Mock, number 12, drawing the foul. 2 free throws by Gloria Brown coming up.
Of course, Brown started that whole series there with kind of the rebound on the other end.
First one is good.
Almost kind of a non-jumping rebound. She's got such long arms, and then she finds herself down there right on the baseline and gets the shot off. And she's at the free throw line.
Second one is also good. Lady Cardinals are darn sure going to have to hit their free throws if Blinn's going to hang around like this. And we've seen who's been trouble for the Lady Cardinals. Booker, number 34, a 6-foot sophomore out of Texas City, Texas. Priya Booker checks back into the game. She's been instant offense when she's come off the bench.
Now, if you're watching here at home or watching from school, watch this matchup down here with 34 Booker and 20 Gloria Brown. It's going to be a pretty good one.
Yeah, that time they tried to get the ball to Booker down low, and Brown reached around and knocks it out of bounds and denied the opportunity for Booker to get a shot.
What I like about it, Benny, is they're going to let him play a little bit. They're going to let him bang down there a little bit, and that's good. You know, it's going to be a real interesting matchup to see how they go.
Thomas in the three, no good. It went in and out, and Brown controls the rebound. Well, that shot almost went down. Probably should have fallen. Thomas over to Green, inside to Brown. Brown down low, up, fouls. Yeah, that's where Gloria Brown is just, you get her the ball on the block, you're either going to have to foul her or she's going to hurt you and she's going to score. Just depends on how you want her to hurt you.
It's a tough foul for Booker to take down there, and you know, you want to think maybe a little bit of a silly foul because there's no way that Brown can really get that shot up. But then again, you're talking about guarding Gloria Brown, and she just kind of gets you all turned around and all out of sorts, and so it's hard to defend her as it is.
Brown hits the first free throw. Back out to a 12-point Lady Cardinal lead. Second one is short. Booker with the rebound. Lady Bucks on the move.
13 points now for Brown to lead Trinity Valley.
Oh, nice wraparound pass by Mock, but the ball is not. Check that. The wraparound pass was by Taylor. It's a turnover. Lady Cardinals with the basketball. Thomas on the drive. Dishes it off to Green. Shot clock at 10. Shot clock at 5. Thomas drives, puts up a shot, is fouled. Foul, there should be 2 free throw attempts coming up by Michelle Thomas. Foul is going to be on number 33, Rochelle Barnes, who averages 9.5 rebounds a game, 4th leading rebounder in the conference.
Trinity Valley, you see the replay here, may have gotten away with one there. Well, of course, we just caught the back end of it there, but the shot clock is winding down, and Thomas was kind of going in there, had a tough shot to go as it was, and luckily got the foul call there right as the shot clock was about to expire.
Thomas is a 5'4" freshman out of Kenner, Louisiana. She hit the first free throw. 58-45. And makes the second.
9 points now for Thomas.
Lady Cardinals need a good defensive stop here. Want to extend that lead further. Don't want to let Blinn hang around. Mock on the drive, puts up the shot. Really nice. I really like her. She's a really nice player, Pratika Mock, a 5'8" sophomore out of Navasota, Texas. Oh, Luzero with a pass down low to Brown. Well, Luzero does a nice job of spotting Brown underneath from the free throw line. That's about the 3rd time today we've seen that happen, Jason.
She's just one of those big players that great court vision, kind of.
3-pointer that time by Thomas is no good, and Luzero is going to draw that. It's going to be called for the foul, I should say, against Rochelle Barnes.
As I was saying, just kind of in the style of a Shaquille O'Neal or a Dirk, just somebody that's really got great court vision and looks to pass there. So anytime a defense collapses on another player, she's kind of right there and looking for the open player. So not necessarily going to take it, but just as happy dishing it.
Barnes with 2 free throw attempts here. Gets the first one, 61-48, 14:56 left of the game. Leisha Dunn checks in for Gloria Brown. And doesn't make the second. Luzero with the rebound for the Lady Cardinals. Drive. Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul called. You can see that one. Tawana Lee on the drive. Going to be called for the charge. Going to be a turnover. 61-48, 14:49 left in the game. Third turnover of the half for the Lady Cardinals. 10th of the game. I think they had 24 the other night against Angelina. Turnaround jumper's no good. Rebound Booker. There she is again. Boy, you gotta find. You gotta know where she's at on the floor. Got a delay of game warning against Blinn for touching the ball after the bucket goes through. Just be a warning. Lady Cardinals basketball, 61-50, 11-point game. Gloria Brown preparing to check back in, as is Brittany Dukes.
13 points now for Booker. Done a good job scoring, good job on the boards.
Tawana Lee with a three-pointer. Oh, yeah, you can see when she let that one go that it had the mark on it. Three-pointer by Tawana Lee.
Now Lee with 15 points.
There's a block that time by Luziero. Nice job blocking the shot of Daly, Sarah Daly. Ball belongs to the Lady Cardinals. They quickly get it down to the floor. Michelle White drives the baseline, took steps. She knew she did. As we mentioned, Brown and Dukes are checking into the game for the Lady Cardinals. Nice job of Luziero. Those were some good minutes there she gave the Lady Cardinals, Jason.
Yeah, she absolutely did. You know, didn't see a lot, you know, not a lot of scoring there, but just a good defensive effort there and did a good job looking for open teammates.
Daly trapped in the corner. Thomas with the three-pointer, in and out. Block. I couldn't tell if that was Dunn or Brown that got it. Got an official's timeout. I think we have Gloria Brown shaking up just a little bit. They got an official's timeout. Now they're okay.
Don't know if we can see the replay there. I'm pretty sure that was Brown getting right up in there in the block. Looks like she took a block to the face after that.
Yeah, it's going to be Lady Cardinal basketball.
She's motioning. She took a punch to the face. Unintentional, obviously. You see the replay here. She kind of goes up and took a punch to the face, I guess.
Tawana Lee running the offense for the Lady Cardinals. Gets the ball down low to Brown. Brown loses it out, not out of bounds, but is stolen by Apria Booker, who's had a really nice game here today.
Booker and Mock looking good for Blinn right now, the Lady Bucks.
Drive that time by Sarah Daly. Going to be fouled by Brittany Dukes, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws. Daly will shoot 2, 64-50, 13:01 left in the game. First free throw is good. And she knocks down the second. 12-point game. Three-point attempt, finds the mark. Tawana Lee knocks down another 3. That time she got a little crier off the front of the rim.
That's what you call a shooter's bounce, isn't it?
I guarantee you. Well, we had all kind of contact. Yeah, I started to say there should be a call there. And Brittany Dukes, there she is, Jason, with position, and she draws a charge. Sarah Daly with the charge.
Dukes just kind of got her feet set in there and did a good job. She's recognizing, obviously, as the entire Lady Cardinal bunch is, that Blinn is driving in there hard, trying to get a shot or trying to get a foul, and she kept her feet, stood her ground, and got the turnover.
Tawana Lee with the travel. She kind of lost her balance there a little bit. There was a little bit of contact. I think she thought she was going to be called for a foul, but she's going to be called for the turnover instead, be a turnover.
That last 3 for Tawana Lee gave her 18 points to lead all scores here, her 4th three-pointer of the evening.
I didn't realize she'd hit that many. There's a steal by oh, they're going to call her for the foul. Boy, Bill Dane was questioning that when the official said she got her with her stomach. I don't know. Looked like a pretty good steal that time, but it's going to be a foul instead.
Bill's still out on the court there. The referee's kind of backing him up. He wanted to make sure he was hearing what he was saying, that he did not believe that was a foul. Playing a 6-man there for a few minutes there.
It's going to send Taylor to the free throw line, 1-and-1. Lady Cardinals have 7 team fouls, and Blinn has 4. First one falls. Now for the bonus. And she hits the second. 13-point game as we come up on the 12-minute mark of the game. Second half, in the second half. Gloria Brown gets the ball down low, kicks it back out to White. She drives, dishes off to Alicia Dunn. Dunn goes up, puts it up. Oh, nice one-handed little shot. That's a nice job by Alicia Dunn. Blinn hurries the ball down to the offensive end. The Lady Cardinals are going to get their defensive set. The shot goes up, no good. Brown with the rebound. The Lady Cardinals on the move. Tawana Lee thought about it. Dukes drives the baseline, puts up the shot, jump ball. Ball's going to belong to the Lady Cardinals. Bill Damath, I think, is wanting a little bit more out of that. Now he's working the officials what he's wanting. He thought there was a foul called.
Well, going back to that bucket by Alicia Dunn, just kind of got her body turned up, did a good job of all those years of coaching, getting your body square with the basket. And, it, you know, once she went up, kind of got a little bit of bump there, but was able to get the ball into the hoop. She's very tough around the basket.
Gloria Brown controls the shot and rebound from Tawana Lee's missed shot. Three-pointer from the top of the key. Won't fall. Dukes misses the rebound. And the ball goes over to the Lady Bucks. 15-point game. Three-pointer won't find the mark. Dana Mars puts up the shot from the corner. Goes out of bounds, and it belongs to the Lady Cardinals as Marquisa McMillan checks in for Gloria Brown.
Benny Blinn's 2 of 13 right now from three-point range. They've really struggled from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's definitely not a percentage that you got to hit on the road if you're going to be successful, or anywhere for that matter. McMillan with the basketball in the corner. Shot goes up by White, no good. Rebound by Dunn. Dunn makes a power move and puts it up and in. Well, Alicia Dunn, I really like what's starting to happen with her as a player, Jason. She is really coming on.
Starts with being in position for the rebound, and then she's just too tough right there. Once she's going to get that close, something's going to happen.
Brittany Dukes gets a piece of the ball, knocks it out of bounds. We're at 71-54, 10:45 left in the game. Just a bunch of great signs today for the Lady Cardinals. You've seen some players that are starting to come on. Alicia Dunn comes to mind, and Marliana Luzario. Of course, Marquisa McMillan, you know you can count on. Gloria Brown, you can count on. The rest of the line, you can count on them all, but you're really seeing the growth of Alicia Dunn as a player today, I think.
12 points and 7 rebounds today.
Nice shot by Mock. Oh, she's got a nice shot. Bertika Mock hits the bucket. She averaged 11 points coming into today's game.
16 points today for Mock.
Well above her average. Ball down low to Dunn. Over to Dukes. Dukes puts up a three-pointer. No good. Rebound is controlled by the Lady Bucks. They're on the move. McMillan blocks the shot. Tawana Lee pulls up, hits it. Timeout being called by the Lady Cardinals. It's going to be a full timeout for the Lady Cardinals. 9:59 left in the game, 73-56, full timeout.
That was Lee's 20th point, and she's just done a good job. There's so many weapons, it sounds redundant, and you almost hate to keep talking about it, but, you know, one moment it's Alicia Dunn, she's dominating down there, she's getting rebounds, she's putting them back, and then the next moment you got to worry about a Tawana Lee that's right out there outside, and, you know, in between, you've got a player like Brittany Dukes, you know, a girl that's carrying the ball down the court as a guard, and then all of a sudden she's down there banging for a rebound, so it's just got to be frustrating to try to, I imagine it presents a lot of matchup problems.
It does, and boy, if Alicia Dunn is going to continue to play at this level, which we expect her to do, and that's one of the reasons she's a Lady Cardinal, the Lady Cardinals are really going to have a 1-2-3, and if Luziero continues to come on a 1-2-3-4 punch at the post position.
I think they've got a 1-2-3-4-5-6-7 punch at Trinity Valley.
You'd have a hard time not convincing the Lady Bucks of that today, huh?
That's right.
But we're at 73-56, 9:59 left in the game. Again, we mentioned that the Cardinals shall be tipping off at 4 o'clock down at Port Arthur today against Lamar State Port Arthur. Cardinals are very much in the running for postseason honors. And we're back underway. Lady Cardinals working the defensive end. Mock with the basketball. Baseline drive. Shot was no good. Rebound up, no good. Play was started by LaShondra Johnson, number 21, who drove baseline. She missed. McMillan, basketball looking to go underneath. That's just poor execution that time by the Lady Cardinals on the turnover. Rebound, a layup, I should say, is good by Marquez Hodges. And 73-58, it's back to a 15-point game as we come up on the 9-minute mark. Lady Cardinals had a bad offensive possession this last time down.
Well, yeah, with a tough defensive possession on the other and giving up the easy layup. And here we see Gloria Brown checking back in.
Shot, ball down low to Alicia Dunn. It's deflected, blocked, and shot falls short. Bill Damath wanted a foul called. Taylor running the offense for the Lady Bucks. Drives all the way. She gets it. That's not going to make Bill Damath happy there. She just picked her way through the defense, got the layup, and we're at a 13-point game again, Jason. Now then the Lady Bucks are going to be up on their toes, and now we have an offensive foul. It's going to be a turnover. I think that's going to be called on Alicia Dunn. Let's see. Yep, it is. So that's a turnover with 8:20 left, 73-60, and the Lady Bucks have hung around. And now then they're going to have to really step it up here now as we get inside of 8 minutes coming up.
The Lady Bucks are just right there on the outside of striking distance, and it seems like they've remained there this entire game. So here they are with the ball now, and as you just mentioned, they're kind of whittling it down to single digits. So
top of the key jumper, three-pointer, in and out. Johnson put it up, couldn't get it to fall.
Benny, how many of those have we seen today where the ball looked like it was heading in and just bounced out?
Twana Lee, three-pointer, no good. Gloria Brown rebound underneath to Brittany Dukes. Oh my goodness, what a shot. What a shot. Gloria Brown spotting her. Dukes in position, lays up the shot, gets it to fall. That's huge right there. Nice job.
Tons of credit here. You see on the replay, Gloria Brown gets that, sees the good look inside, and then Brittany Dukes finishes it with a little underneath hook move.
Dukes' free throw is good. 76-60.
How big was that bucket?
It was huge. And a block on the other end by Gloria Brown out of bounds. The ball will remain with the Lady Bucks, but they were denied the layup.
12 points now for Brittany Dukes for Trinity Valley.
Three-pointer, no good. Another block by Gloria Brown. Of course, there's a little contact after the block, too, that could have been called a foul, but it wasn't. But it was a nice block by Brown, nevertheless.
What contact? She's so good. I've watched her take about 2 or 3 rebounds down today, Benny, and block about 2 shots where she's hardly jumped. On that one, she actually jumped. Imagine what would happen if she got full extension on all these jumps. She's so good, even if she's not in position, to still get around for a block like that.
Uncontested three-pointer basically is no good, off the mark by Taylor. Lady Bucks with the ball. Mock controlling, puts up the shot, knocks it down. Mock's got a nice shot, folks. I'm telling you, you can't leave her alone or she's going to knock it down. And 76-62 with 7:15 left in the game.
She has 18 points for Blinn. That leads the Lady Bucks.
Ball goes underneath to Brown. Good job of defending by the Lady Bucks, but they're going to be called for the foul. Foul's going to be called on Barnes, I believe.
See on the replay here.
Check that. It's Jasmine Smith. Go ahead, Jason.
Brown calling for the ball there. They get it down to her. Nice little lob pass. It was right there on the mark, and then the defender gets called for the hold there.
That's the 16th foul against the Lady Bucks, so the Lady Cardinals will be in the bonus on the next. They will have the ball underneath. That's a 5 count, but I tell you what, that was a quick 5 count. But it's going to be a turnover.
As I heard a coach say earlier this year, are you counting by 5s or are you counting by 1s?
That's a pretty good line.
It was a quick one.
And Bill Damuth was like us. I think he thought it was a quick 5 count, and he just received a warning. So they're going to have a quick whistle with him the next time that he protests the call. See Coach Damuth up close there. Mock with the basketball. Mock drives baseline, puts it up, no good. Going to go off of Hodges' hands and out of bounds, and the Lady Cardinals are going to own the basketball.
One of the rare instances, Mock likes to go down there to the right side of the hoop as we see the teams come to a timeout, and one of her rare misses right there.
Jeff Jenkins calls a full timeout for the Lady Bucks. 76-62, 6:46 left in the game.
Benny, I just don't think, as we see time start to wind away here, 6:46 left. Certainly time for Blinn to get back in the ball game. And Bill Damuth is over on the Trinity Valley bench reminding them that this game is far, far from over yet. But, boy, you just can't say enough right now about the job that you've seen Alicia Dunn do today, the job that you've seen Marlene Luziero do, Gloria Brown, Brittany Dukes, Tawana Lee, and then you find yourself almost listing off the entire roster. But Trinity Valley's done a real good job of dominating the inside today, and it's been their guards rebounding, it's been their post rebounding, and everybody's just kind of doing a little bit of everything. Nice, well-rounded effort.
It has been a well-rounded effort, as you were saying. That's what I was thinking as well, Jason, that it's really been a team effort, and just about every combination Bill Damuth has tried it to work. I know he wasn't pleased with the start they got off to the second half and quickly went to a sub-5 at one time, which he doesn't do that much. So I think he got their attention from that point on. And while Blinn has hung around, the Lady Cardinals, when they've needed to, have had just enough to step on the accelerator and move it back out to a 14 or 15-point lead.
You still have to believe that Blinn has got a good chance here. The way that Booker has been playing and the way that Mars has been playing, Mock, that they've got a chance here, but they're going to have to start speeding it up.
Yeah, they're going to have some stops. They're going to have a run in here somewhere, you'd think, Jason, to really get it in single digits. And Lady Cardinals try a cross-court pass. Ball down low to McMillan. She puts it up one-handed. Nice job, Marquisa McMillan. We've seen her shoot from outside. That time she showed a nice touchdown low. Mock with the drive, loses the ball. McMillan with the steal. Lady Cardinals with a break. Down low to Gloria Brown, layup. She misses the layup, but is going to be at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Nice job of getting down the floor. Of course, Brown wanted the layup, but she didn't get it to fall.
And just as we talk about Blinn needing to get a couple of stops and put a little run together, you're starting to see Trinity Valley do that very thing.
First free throw is good. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier at the start of the game today, Blinn wanted this game to be a game in the 60s, maybe even in the 50s to really have a shot. But you see when the Lady Cardinals get around that 80-point mark, chances are it's going to be a game they're going to win.
17 points now for Brown with that free throw.
She's had back-to-back 20-point performances against Tyler and Angelina, so she's coming up on that mark again.
Plenty of time to get there with 6:09 left.
Drive that time. You got to tell you what, Blinn, that was Kiera Williams. Check that. Berniqua Taylor on the drive. Blinn's guards have got some quickness. When they take off that dribble, they can really get some penetration.
One of the things that I guess you'd like to see for Trinity Valley is to make them go left a little bit. They're going right quite a bit, so if it's possible to make them go left, they ought to do that.
2 free throw attempts.
And I've got so many years of coaching experience that they ought to take that advice.
First one's short.
Short like me on coaching experience, I guess.
Second one is good. It might as well have been. Gloria Brown played timber there and fell into the lane, but
little push up there.
It didn't matter. 80-63. We're under 6 minutes to go in the game. Lady Cardinals are running their offense, pattern offense here. Lee drives baseline, puts up the shot, draws the foul. Foul's going to be called on Thomas, number 4. That's her 3rd personal foul. She's got 5 points in the game. Tawana Lee is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Both teams are in the bonus now. Bill Damath looking on. Lee hits the first.
The 21st point of the evening.
Nice Saturday afternoon crowd today here at Cardinal Gym on a cold day in Athens, as we mentioned. Temperature around freezing, 35 degrees the high today, I think. Cloudy day. Second free throw is no good. And Lee tried to get a steal on the rebound, but she loses the basketball. Taylor's having a hard time controlling. This is just an ugly possession for the Lady Bucks. They're trying to settle it down now, and there's a rhyme or reason to it. There's Mock on the drive. Spinning move, puts it up. No good. Controlled by Gloria Brown. Don't know how many rebounds Brown has today, but she's got a few.
I think it's fair to say that she's obviously got a double-double working here. And about 5 blocks to go with it.
Michelle Thomas spots Lee down low. She turns down the shot. Moves it back out front. The Lady Cardinals are working some clock now. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Thomas. Shot clock violation, doesn't hit the iron. So ball's going to go over to the Bucks. Now, you can burn some clock, but you want to try to get a shot off too.
How about 17 points and 11 rebounds for Gloria Brown today?
That's definitely a double-double then.
With 5 blocks.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Been a well-rounded team effort, I'll tell you, though. Thomas with the basketball for the Lady Bucks. To Mock. Thomas puts up the shot, gets it to fall. I thought she had forced that one over Kalita Green, excuse me, over Michelle White, but it finds the mark. So it's 81-65, 16-point game coming up on the 4-minute mark, and boy, Blinn really has to step up the pressure now, you would think. Of course, the Lady Cardinals can't come down and burn 30 seconds on the shot clock and not get points. Underneath McMillan from Brown. Shot won't fall, but she's going to be fouled by Jasmine Smith. It's going to be 2 free throws for Marquisa McMillan.
See on the replay here, Brown wanted to go low and saw she had something there, and McMillan kind of finished it off there to get to the free throw line.
McMillan to shoot 2. First one's good. .61 freshman out of Seattle, Washington.
It's a good-looking player. And a freshman. That's even better.
Even better if you're a Lady Cardinal fan. Second one off the iron, won't fall. 82-65. 17-point Lady Cardinal lead. Thomas being guarded by Tawana Lee, number 22. Ball to Daly. Booker's been quiet lately, Jason.
Yeah, she sure has.
Thomas forces up a 3-pointer and drains it. My goodness, boy, when she forces up those shots that don't look pretty, they sure know where they're going, because she's hit 5 points the last 2 times down. And suddenly it's a 14-point game as we have a Blinn timeout, a full timeout with 3:42 left.
And 10 points for Thomas. I think she was a little frustrated by the tight coverage from Trinity Valley, and that's just the way it's going to be. She hit that 3, and she was standing out of bounds after she came down off her jump and kind of looked at the defender like, I hit it. So Blinn not giving up here. 3:42 left. They've still got a long hill to climb here, but again, we know that Trinity Valley is not going to take anything for granted.
As you look at the Cardinal cheerleaders, reminds you that our next webcast, we have a doubleheader for you Wednesday. The men and women's teams will be here at Cardinal Gym against Jacksonville College. We'll have both games. Pre-game for the women's game will start at 5:15, and then we'll have the men's game. It will follow about 20 minutes after the conclusion of the women's game. Lady Cardinal basketball coming up on the 3-minute mark. They're up by 14. Need to have a good possession here, get points out of it. Ball down low to McMillan, looking to make a move, turnaround jumper, in and out. Rebounded by the Lady Bucks. They're on the move. They've got to make up points in a hurry now. Another forced shot up that time. This time the shot was by Ford, no good. Rebound Lady Cardinals, their basketball.
Got to move quick, but not that quick. They really did force that up there. It was a flat shot and never looked good to start with.
The Lady Cardinals will be content with taking the shot clock down to about 10 seconds, I would think. Tawana Lee on the drive, draws the foul. Should be a 1-and-1. Oh, it should be 2 shots, I guess. It's double bonus for both teams from this rest of the way. Tawana Lee will go to the free throw line. Tawana Lee hits the free throw. 83-68. And gets the second. Remind you, if you have any questions or comments about our webcast, you can reach us by email at csn@tvcc.edu. That's csn@tvcc.edu. Questions and comments. We would love to hear from you. Let us know where you're listening from, and we'll pass that along sometime that you're listening. Thanks a lot. Had a drive that time and a foul. Mock drove. Foul was on Lady Cardinals' Brittany Dukes. She's going to be shooting 2 free throws. First one is good.
I suspect we would have some listeners all around the country and otherwise.
Oh, yeah. And up as far as Canada, having
right.
Lady Cardinals having a couple players from Canada. Alicia Dunn, of course, playing. Janae Barrett got injured early in the season. She's out for the rest of the year. She's also from Canada. 84-69, 15-point game. Lady Cardinals are going to be content with taking some time off the clock before they look for a shot. Won't pass up the open shot, of course. Gloria Brown finds Michelle White. Oh, she misses. That was a beautiful opportunity there for the Lady Cardinals. Nice job of Gloria Brown. Michelle White just couldn't get the shot to fall. Drive, no good. McMillan with the rebound. Daly missed the shot. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. And there's an unforced error there. Tawana Lee thought McMillan was looking. McMillan wasn't looking, and the ball goes out of bounds. And, of course, that's what you can't do. You got a 15-point lead coming up on the 2-minute mark. You can't have an unforced error.
And you know Blinn's going to still be pushing it pretty hard here.
Lady Cardinals at best defend around the perimeter because you know the 3-point shots are fixing to start falling. Or going up anyway. Let's hope they don't fall if you're a Lady Cardinal fan. Daly with a move down low, no good. Rebound Dukes, out of bounds. Dukes and Gloria Brown were battling for the rebound, and he goes off of one of them, and it's going to be Blinn's ball.
And Trinity Valley lucky also that a little bit of contact there on that shot, so it's too bad they couldn't rein it in and give Blinn an extra shot here.
And this steal by Tawana Lee. She's on the move. Lady Cardinals have numbers. Lee takes it herself, draws the foul, misses the shot, will shoot 2 free throws. Foul was going to be on Jasmine Ford, number 3, 5'5" sophomore out of Irving, Texas. Lady Bucks have 3 players from Irving, Texas on their roster. First free throw, no good. Let the Lady Cardinals get in the 80s, and you're probably not going to have beaten them because it's hard to imagine the Lady Cardinals having such an off night on defense if they let another team get in the 80s when they're there. We did see it against Angelina, yet the Lady Cardinals won. 85-69, 1:55 to go. Thomas drives, blocked by Brown, controlled by Tawana Lee.
Lee with the 24th point on that last free throw to lead all scorers.
Pass goes inside to McMillan. Tie ball, and the ball will go over to the Lady Bucks with 1:31 left in the game. He puts up the 3, no good. Lady Bucks grab the rebound, control the loose ball. Nice drive that time by Daly. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but she does draw a foul. 1:06 left. McMillan's foul, that's her 4th foul. Daly is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one falls. 85-70. 15-point game, just over a minute left. Second was no good. Rebound by Gloria Brown. And you can rest assured now the Lady Cardinals will burn just about all that shot clock. Blinn's got to pressure the ball, needs some steals. Need to make something happen, although this one would seem to be a lost cause at this point. Michelle Thomas dishes off to Gloria Brown. Knew where she was going to be, finds her, gets the bucket. That was a nice shot and opportunity right there. 87-70. Daly with the basketball on the drive, puts up the shot. No good, controlled by Gloria Brown. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Lady Cardinals can't run out the clock, but they can get most of it. Tawana Lee's just going to stand in the backcourt and burn the majority of it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. We'll have to get off a shot. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Tawana Lee puts up a 3-pointer. Misses. Rebound, Alicia Dunn. She is fouled from behind, is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 0.9 seconds left in the contest. 87-70 is going to be another Lady Cardinal win. They're going to get their 20th win on the season, improve to 20-4, protect their number 7 national ranking, maintain their conference lead comfortably, and if Angelina beats Kilgore today, they'll have a 3-game lead on the field. Alicia Dunn hits the first free throw. 88-70 is our score. Less than a second left in the game. Second one falls. 89-70 is going to be our final score from Cardinal Gym here today. Blinn's going to fall to 10-12 on the year, 3-7 in the conference. These 2 teams play in less than 2 weeks down in Brenham. Should be a good game down there. Blinn always plays well at home. See the teams going through the congratulations to each other for a great, well-played game. We're expected to be joined by Coach Bill Damuth here momentarily. See Bill and Jeff Jenkins visiting with each other. We'll make sure Bill remembers that he's going to come over. Looks like he's going to go to the locker room. So we may not get Bill Damuth. We're standing by. Looks like he's going to be leaving the floor. I think Jason's out there going to maybe try to remind him that he's going to come up and visit with us. We hope that he does. Yeah, Bill Damon's going to be joining us here. We're joined now by Lady Cardinal coach Bill Damuth. And Bill, your Lady Cardinals take an 89-70 win today to run their record to 20-4 on the season. What did you think about the performance overall?
I thought they gutted it out pretty hard because we're all tired. It's been a long stretch. I told myself if we could win any possible way we could win today, we'd take it. I got a little frustrated with them a little bit of time, and I probably shouldn't have because, I mean, they're just tired.
Bill, it looked like early on that your post players were really in sync today. No matter what combination you had out there, it looked like they were playing well together.
Really playing good. Yeah, we got 4 post players playing really well right now. Really good.
Well, Bill, as you look ahead now, at halftime we had Angelina was up on Kilgore by 5, 30-25 over in Kilgore today. And of course, if Angelina wins that game, you'll have a 3-game lead on the field with about 6 games to go. As you approach this last half of the last part of the race, I guess it's all about getting in peaking at the right time for the conference tournament.
Yeah, there's still several things we can improve on. We're going to keep working on those. We just need to get to a bye date where we can get a little rest and then get to where we can actually practice. We hadn't been able to actually practice, you know, in a week and a half.
Right, right. Talk a little bit about the play of Alicia Dunn. I thought she is really coming on the last 3 or 4 games I've seen her play, just more active. It seems like she's even more confident in herself.
Oh,
she is.
She's doing really good, and she's starting to finish more and more around the basket, you know. But she's really active, getting rebounds, you know, taking it to the hole, being strong, doing a lot of good things.
Well, as I mentioned, as you look ahead to the rest of the conference race, what is it that you're hoping to be at? Where are you hoping to be at come March as far as your team as their performances?
Well, I mean, I think we can, and it's funny because we've won these 5 in this stretch or whatever, which is really good. But we can do several things so much better. You know, we've got to get better at that stuff come tournament time. So we still got some work to do.
I know I visited with you back in August before the season began. As your kids were reporting, you were really concerned about where you might be with your guard play. As you're here in February, basically now, what do you think about what your guards have done?
You know, they carried us when the first 5 games back. You know, when our post players were just getting back into the rhythm and stuff and everything. And you know, the only really game they haven't produced a whole lot was at Tyler. You know, that's been the only game. You know, and I told them, I was like, you're doing off game. We just can't have 2 in a row.
Well, of course, you got Jacksonville coming in here now Wednesday night, another game you'll webcast. And over the last 3 or 4 years, Lady Cardinal teams have struggled a little bit with Jacksonville. Now, you went down there earlier this season and won by, I think, 95-80 was the score. It was a high-scoring game. They generally try to make you play a low-scoring game.
Right, and that's why, I mean, we wanted up tempo, you know, so that's why the score was like that. We were able to play our game, you know, whereas if it's in the, 89-70, that's our score today, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of games we want, where the points need to be.
Right. Well, Bill, I know you want to get down there and visit with your team and everything. Again, congratulations on the win. Thanks for stopping by and visiting with us. And I know the parents of all the players enjoy seeing you on camera because they've talked to you so much during the recruiting process.
Hello, everybody.
Anyway, well, that's Coach Bill Damuth. Bill, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
and we'll see you down the line. And again, we'll mention that we've got the Lady Cardinals at home Wednesday night against Jacksonville at 5:30. We'll be on the air at 5:15 p.m. And I hope you'll pay attention to your screen and see all the good folks that help get this on the air for you. Each time we have a webcast, you see Michael Abbott, Miles Pennington. Our camera operators are Ben McCartney, Michael Berry, Lonnie Packer, and Scott Ramsey. Of course, Jeff Sutton next to me here and keeps all the graphics on the screen. And then John Fulmer, sound and technical. And there I mentioned Jeff Sutton, our good buddy there. You can finally see him. There's Jeff. Wave. Jeff, you see everybody. There you go. Anyway, had a good time with you here today, folks, on the webcast. And we'll look forward to seeing you Wednesday at 5:15 when the Lady Cardinals and Cardinals are at home against Jacksonville College. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thanks, Jeff.